Ooh. I doused that one with a lot of sauce. Guys, look at the beer tower. So, yeah, we gotta go big or go home, right? And we're not going home.
What kind of sauce? Sukiyaki.
Gaus Crab right here. So seafood.
I showed you guys how to typically do it. You puncture it, get some of the juices out, put a little bit of soy sauce vinegar on there, but sometimes I like to do it grandpa style where I just pop the thing in my mouth. I'm too lazy for all that, so let's try it out.
This is my drink right here. Alright, what's up DVW fam? So we got a very exciting episode coming to you guys today. So we're currently in Roland Heights, California. It is a predominantly Chinese community tucked south of Los Angeles here. And I used to go here all the time when I was young, and I still do now because there is some bomb, delicious Chinese food, Asian food, all types of cuisine here. So in this video, we're gonna tour Roland Heights and check out some of the best Chinese spots, Asian spots in Roland Heights, Los Angeles. So yeah, on our first spot here, we got Gaus Crab and Kebab. They got some Chinese skewers and seafood boil here. It's like a 2-for-1 special. Not only do they got meats, they got seafood too. So yeah, some surf and turf. Go check out our first spot. All right, let's check it out. Woo! Let's go. All right. Hi. All right, so just walked into this place and I smelled the Chinese barbecue right away. It's a very distinct smell, that cumin, all those spices right there. It looks super cool in here. I feel like I've been transported somewhere in Asia. I mean, China, it has to be somewhere in China because this is Chinese barbecue, but the decoration and decor all over this place looks really cool, and they got some spooky stuff all around too. I'm getting kind of scared. All right, so smells delicious. Let's see what we got at Gaus. I'm really digging the vibes in this place. They got little private rooms as well for you guys to, you know, throw parties and celebrate. It's very common in Chinese restaurants to have like the party room in, you know, those Lazy Susan restaurants, the family style Chinese restaurants, but I guess you got private rooms here too, because, you know, this guy's scary right here. Trick or treat, give me my candy. So they got a bar here as well. I see a lot of Chinese beers, singing chows, and we're in California at the Coronas too. So they do have pictures of beers here and other beers on tap. All right, this restaurant looks really cool, guys. The decor here is insane. Let's go take our seat. All right, thank you. Appreciate you. Woo. Bud Light. Beer tower, baby. Look at that. Thank you. Guys, look at the beer tower. So, yeah, we gotta go big or go home, right? And we're not going home. So it's Bud Light beer tower right here, but they have a bunch of beers on tap and Sing chows and just beers in the bottle. But me and John want to celebrate a Dodgers World Series win right now. So we're having barbecue and seafood. So, you know, got to get some beer to wash it down. Yeah, so I was just telling John, you know, walking in here, this place looks really cool, like a really cool day spot. And this is my day for tonight here, guys. So yeah, we got some beers right here to, you know, celebrate. It's Game 5 Dodgers. Hopefully they win. So salud.
Cheers.
Yeah. Ice cold beer. Yeah, guys, this spot is really cool. Looks like it's good for celebrations. I feel like I've been transported into China or something like that. Yeah, guys. What do you think about the decor in here?
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Kind of like downtown China vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know what that city is.
Yeah, I've never been, but I'll just say it looks like downtown China here. So, salud. Let's get some Chinese skewers in. Thank you. So they started off with some sunflower seeds. And we got some yang chow fried rice right here. French fries, baby. You know what? I actually put my finger on it. It kind of reminds me of like a Chinese little speakeasy or bar, because we got some, you know, snacks, some bar food here. Got some fries, of course. I see fries on the menu. I have to get it every time. I'm a sucker for finger foods. So drinks, friends, bar food, and karaoke. You know, it's a vibe when you have karaoke. Asians love karaoke, and there's like a karaoke dance floor up there. So hey, stay tuned. Young DVW might get on the mic after and spit some bars or sing some tunes for you guys. Yeah, guys, they made a mistake bringing these fries out first. I cannot resist French fries. They bring it out. I'm cleaning the plate. There's like Ooh, a little bit of a spice from here, kind of like that Taiwanese spice, a little sweetness, and their big steak cut fries, pretty fire. Spicy, salty, and sweet. Well, yeah, we got our seafood boil right here, shrimp, snow crab clusters, our Gaus crab right here. So seafood boil right here. Smells heavenly. Wow, look at that baby, nice steaming hot. Got some shrimp, sausage in there, potatoes, corn, and some snow crab clusters right here, baby. Nice. Oh, so we got our skewers right here.
Beef tongue and
Beef tongue?
yeah,
Got the beef tongue,
small beef skewer
small beef skewer,
and pork.
pork,
Yeah,
pork,
pepper beef,
pepper beef,
egg broth, and the spot is small lamb,
small what?
small lamb, and the
Small lamb,
yeah,
and-
small beef right here.
small beef. Let's see. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, we got a bunch of good stuff. Beef skewer, lamb, small beef, small lamb, big lamb, beef tongue. Let's get it in, everyone. All right, and we also got the seafood boil right here, baby. We got all that shrimp in there, potato action, snow crab clusters. Should be some sausages hanging around somewhere. But yeah, guys, let's go in. All right, DVW fam. So we just entered our first spot, Gaus Kebab and Crab here. So this spot specializes in Chinese skewers, as you guys can see here, and also seafood boil. That's crazy, like a 2-for-1 surf and turf. Usually I go to one spot for seafood boil. Usually I go to one spot for Chinese skewers. If you guys didn't know, this is a typical, Chinese, dish cuisine here. Skewers, they, layer them with a bunch of Chinese spices. It's pretty heavy on the cumin. Spicy, sweet, tangy, a bunch of flavors. So we'll see how they do it here. But yeah, guys, we're in the heart of Roland Heights right now. So there's gonna be good Chinese, Asian food everywhere. And also, for me, a telltale sign that a Chinese restaurant will be good is if, they're a branch that came from China. So they have a couple locations all around the world, and this spot came from China. So this is their branch here in LA. And it's my first time, so I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions. But so I asked Hanson there, our server, where Gao is actually from. He says from Dongbei, northern China. So this northern Chinese cuisine, these skewers, and this is a really cool contraption here. So I was a little bit confused at first because I'm pretty used to, yakiniku or Korean barbecue. So I thought we were gonna cook our own skewers, but the skewers are already cooked. And this contraption here it keeps it warm for us. It's like a little box. It's pretty cool. It almost looks like a antique, but I kind of felt around it and it wasn't hot. So I was like, how is it heating it up? But it keeps it warm. And if you touch the sides of it, it is pretty warm. So, without further ado, let's try out these skewers. And I'll put down all the prices below. So they're like a couple dollars for each skewer. Oh, and also there's a $1 lamb skewer deal if you come before 6:30. So just ask them about those. So we got one of those in here somewhere, but these skewers all pretty look similar. So let's try this one right here, the beef tongue. I've had Chinese barbecue before. This is from the north. So the spices is super unique. All the seasonings on there. That one had it's very robust. So yeah, it almost reminds me of like Middle Eastern cuisine with Chinese barbecue or meats. It's crazy. It's nothing like Korean or yakiniku barbecue. It's definitely its own twist. So don't get twisted. Asian food doesn't all come from the same place. There's different varieties. So yeah, let's try some of this right here. Oh yeah, so this is like the small beef skewers. Ooh, they're like little niblets of beef, and it just pops, and it's little pieces of fattiness too. There's like little fat pieces and then little lean pieces. Ooh, but some sesame seeds. Really fragrant for sure. This isn't the only, Chinese skewer place in Roland. There's a couple of them, but this spot looks really cool. John brought up a great point. He said it feels like we're in Macau or something. I've never been, but I've seen it in Shang-Chi and looks pretty similar. But yeah, so I would say the main difference also is that you don't need salt or, you know, brisket sauce like Korean barbecue. This one already has a bunch of flavor in there and it just pops. There's also sides and noodles here too, but we got a yang chow fried rice. We are eating Chinese food, so I love yang chow fried rice. It's Chinese fried rice, so ooh, looks like some spam, eggs in here. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, I love Chinese fried rice. It's nice and lubricated with oils, very moist, and has a lot of fluffy eggs in it. Salud. This is surprising because you know, the spot is known for skewers, but that fried rice is pretty far. At least an 8.6 out of 10 DVW score. Ooh, okay, so it looks like, let me try this one. So this is also a small meat. I think this might be small lamb. Let's try this one out. Oh yeah, that one's leaner. This one's lamb. And the fact that I almost mistook it for beef is a good sign because this one's leaner, so it's lamb. Also has fatty pops in here as well. But definitely the spices and seasonings on there definitely blankets the lamb very well. You don't get a gamey odor or like that lamb, you know, taste with all the, you know, Chinese seasoning. So it made this really good. Correction, that bad lamb taste or odor. It still tastes like lamb, but it definitely has a lot of interesting seasonings. This right here, beef pepper. So this one's one of the biggest skewers right here. This is the beef pepper right here, so huge pieces of beef. Let's try this out. Oh yeah, I like the texture of this one. This one is, since it has more, you know, mass on the skewer, the seasoning is more subtle. You taste more of that meat, but really love the texture. It's tender, but also has a nice pop from the fat as well. With the small meat skewers, you taste a lot more of the seasoning, but oof. There's an abundance of spices and flavors on here. I don't need to dip it in anything, salt and pepper or anything like that. It already has its own flair. Pretty solid flavors too. I feel like it's not overpowering as well. Like you think with all the spices and flavors and all that, it'd be too much, but I could eat it by itself. I don't even need rice to, you know, cure the flavor and spices. It already has, I think it's perfectly seasoned. When it makes me bust up into a dance, that's how you know it's good. This one is probably one of the top hitters for sure, but John's getting jealous over there. It looks like he wants a skewer. Go ahead and grab one. How's it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
What is this one? Small beef one?
Looks like small beef or small lamb.
Yeah, it's pretty well seasoned. I like it a lot. Nice texture, nice consistency.
Yeah, how's the seafood boil? You're going to work down there. You're going to work down there, boy.
Honestly, it tastes similar to boiling crab.
Yeah?
So if you had boiling crab seafood boil, it's pretty much the same thing.
Nice.
It's pretty good. We got a huge crab here. We're going to try that out soon, but yeah, everything here is super solid.
Yeah. And I really think that's interesting. The surf and the turf, you know, you get Chinese skewers and crab. It's an interesting combo. The data suggests that 80% of you guys are watching this video and are not subscribed yet. So if you guys are not subscribed, I don't know what you guys are doing. It helps me and the channel out a lot. So if you guys are watching this and are not subscribed, please click that red subscribe button down below. And yeah, back to the video. So once you're done with your skewer, you got toss it right here, baby. Oof. So we're eating a lot of red meat. Let's try some pink meat. So this is the pork right here. I know this, whatever this thing is working because these meats have been sitting here for a while and they're still warm. Ooh, this one's crazy. John says bomb. Man, guys, so whenever I go to yakiniku or Korean barbecue, beef usually trumps the pork, but guys, at this Chinese barbecue, I think this pork trumps some of the beef items I had. Nice, crispy, thin, but it has like an oil sweet glaze on there. You can see the glaze on the sheet right here. Some sesame seeds, just like thick, sweet glaze. Also salty and a little spicy too. All of these skewers have a little mild hint of spice that gives it an extra kick, but it's not super spicy. Oh, this is crazy good. The texture is crazy too because it is nice and thin, so you get a nice crisp from the grill. Oh, my taste buds are throwing a party right now in my mouth. They're just like so many flavors that are going on. That's the thing about Chinese barbecue, guys. Northern style barbecue, it's just flavor and fuego. And I got throw these skewers in this little trash can right here. Oh, what else to try? Oh, and the ones before, it's on the menu. It was beef with fat. You know how I said like each piece had a little bit of fat, so it was like beef with fat and then lamb with fat. So then I think this one is the small beef skewer right here. Oh, this one's. Let me try this one out. Oh, this is like a really thin beef piece. Not my favorite, but oh yeah, I think some of them, if they're the smaller ones, they come in multiple pieces. So the bigger ones come in twos, and then I think this is the beef tongue again. Oh, let me try this one again. I love that beef tongue texture, nice and chewy. But like I said, none of these meat have like too much of like a meaty odor or anything like that because there's so much seasonings and flavor on each one of these skewers, guys. It's crazy. All right, so let's try this one. It's the beef with pepper right here. Try this out. Good catch, John. You're right. I haven't tried this. This one is big beef cubes and it has some bell pepper in between. This one has a little sweet glaze as well. Pretty fire. And I noticed with the big pieces, you taste more of like that meat. It's more quality meat. And the smaller ones, you taste a lot of that Chinese seasoning on it. It's crazy. Nice pops of fat and then beef, really small pieces in a skewer. I totally was not expecting this. I wasn't even gonna order the pork skewer because I'm more of a fan of beef and red meat, but I think that pork skewer was my favorite on here. What do you think, John?
I think so too.
Yeah?
Pork with bun.
John agrees. Great minds think alike. So the pork one is definitely a winner here at Gaus. All right, baby. We went in reverse order. We went turf, but now it's time to surf. So we got this seafood boil right here. So got some shrimp. I got Cajun flavor. Let's try this out. So like a lot of seafood boil sauce, it's garlicky, but I love my seafood boil with a lot of flavor, a lot of butter, spices, and that's not surprising that this has good flavor from spices because there's a lot of seasonings, flavors, and spices on the skewer, so it translated onto the seafood boil right there. Not too overpowering as well, just a nice hint of heat. Well, I got mild, of course. It's a big sausage, I found it. It's like a soft hot dog wiener right there, baby. Ooh, but look at this. Abundance of garlic on this shrimp right here. Usually I do this with, you know, salt and pepper, but I don't even need that. This sauce is just so flavorful. Ooh! I doused that one with a lot of sauce. That heat crept up. I'm supposed to be using gloves, but I want that finger licking action right here. But yeah, guys, that's the vibes I'm getting from Gaus. It's like bar, party, celebration food. It's great. For me, the key distinction for a seafood boil is the sauce. The sauce has to be good. And I give the sauce a 9 out of 10. Shrimp, maybe like a 8.3 out of 10. So like this whole plate, 8.3. So we got the, we actually got the crab clusters and then we added in the shrimp. So let's try out the crab. Ooh, okay. It's a good snow crab, a lot of meat on this leg right here. Just get a lot of that meaty action from this crab right here. I believe this is the snow crab combo, and then I just added some shrimp on here. We'll put the prices down below. But ooh, it could get treacherous, you know, working for your seafood, but all good things you have to work for. So let's get to the meat, baby. Oh, so pretty decent crab in the snow crab. So I'm gonna dip it in a little bit of this seafood boil action. Oh man, that's good. That is so good. So that snow crab has some of that natural sweetness. Solid. So it was a very interesting place, guys. Usually, like I said, I usually go to a place just for seafood boil or just for meat. But this is a party here. This place has both. I give this seafood boil solid 8.4 out of 10 DVW score, taking into account the price and everything. And then that Taiwanese barbecue plate, give a solid 8.7 out of 10 DVW score. But the whole vibes in here, just hanging out with the homies, watching the Dodger game, solid vibes. 8.8 out of 10 DVW score here at Gaus Kebab and Barbecue. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of this food, go in and see what's next on this Roland Heights Chinese food tour of Roland Heights, LA. Let's go. Oh, but we might get dessert here or somewhere in the Diamond Plaza, guys. Like I said, this whole plaza has a lot of great Asian desserts, food, and all that. So if you guys go here, you guys won't miss with Asian food. There'll be at least one restaurant you guys will like here on this Diamond Plaza Roland Heights Chinese food tour. So I'm telling you guys, this shrimp seafood boil really surprised me. It blew me away. I thought this was just a kebab skewer place, but seafood too. So I guess another key word to describe this is convenience, because if you guys don't know what to get, someone wants seafood, someone wants steak, beef, you take them to this spot. Usually when a restaurant has, you know, so many options, you know, one cuisine or type of food could be lacking compared to the other, but this seafood boil surprised me. It's just as good as the meat. They're both around 8.4 out of 10 DVW score. So yeah, so both cuisines, the seafood and the meat here is just on par. Not one is lacking compared to the other. So salud. I probably shouldn't. It's probably really, really unhealthy, but I love the seafood boil sauce. It's like crack sauce. I can just take a spoonful and just sip it up. So good. Maybe I'll eat it with some rice. It's a crazy combo right here. Ooh, that might be a good idea. Seafood boil sauce with fried rice. Might be a new business idea. Ooh, oh, that's beef tendon?
Yeah, just
Ooh, Hanson with more meat for us. Thank you, sir. Wow, thank you. All right, we got some more skewers here, baby. In the beginning, we got more of the, you know, basic meats, but we got some exotic items too, for lack of a better word. We got this like raw beef right here, beef sashimi. Looks like some ponzu sauce. I'm only assuming that because it's called sashimi. Let's try this out. Very surprising. It does taste more like sushi than meat, like the texture. This is like some type of sesame soy. It's a little sweet. It doesn't taste exactly like ponzu. Somewhat of a ponzu, but more sesame in the sauce, but it's pretty good. It's all about the texture. Very soft, tender, goes down easy. Ball though, it's like sashimi, has kind of like a sashimi taste from the meat. It still has that Chinese barbecue seasoning on top. I don't know what it is, but it's very robust and I like it. It masks the meat very well. It doesn't even taste like raw meat. It just tastes like one of those beef skewers we had earlier with a different texture and consistency. But ooh, so some more crazy items right here. We got a beef tendon right here. Look at this. Sheesh. Let's try this out. That's bouncy, chewy. This is the way to go, guys. I think the crazy items are the way to go here. Like some of the basic, you know, beef meats are, they're just like beef skewers, but this is crazy. It's very gelatiny. Nice pop and chew. I've tried beef tendons in a variety of ways: stewed, braised, and pho. There's beef tendon grilled, steamed, fried. But ooh, this is some of the best beef tendon I've had, because sometimes beef tendon has like a meaty odor somewhat, but the Chinese, you know, all the flavors, you guys just gotta try it for yourself. Just so robust in flavor and seasoning. It masks the tendon very well, and you get that texture and balance from the tendon. That surprised me. I give that a 10 out of 10 DVW score for that one. Ooh, let's try this right here. Looks like some grilled squid. Nice bounce, nice chew from the squid. grilled squid is one of my favorite types of way to have squid. I like even more than calamari, but it has kind of like a sweet glaze on there. Also that Chinese spices. All of these has a lot of good spices. But I would say that I could use a little bit more grill. You taste more like the sauce on that one. It's pretty solid. All right, so this is a rib skewer right here. It looks like some spare ribs on a skewer, so let's try this out. That's interesting. I never had really spare ribs on a skewer before. It kind of is like a barbecue version of, you know, those dim sum spare pork ribs, but instead of, you know, being stewed or braised in somewhat of a sauce, it's grilled. It's not my favorite. All right, just, you know, so if you guys could see, you know, some of the orders, even in the previous order, there's more if the skewer is smaller. So if you think, you know, some skewers are smaller, it's because you're getting a bunch of them. So we ordered the chicken skins and came in like 10 or so. But then some of the more premium meats, they come in singles. So let's try this. Ooh. Oh man. This is definitely a shot to one of my favorites right here. Oh. Look, really good. Yeah, let's try this chicken skin one more time. Ooh, this is crazy. Oh, man. This is the one of my favorites for sure. I love chicken skin even at izakaya restaurants. I know it'd be far, but like I said, compared to, you know, izakaya, some of these skewers are, you know, you see some similar items, you know, chicken skin, the pork belly, the mushroom enoki. A lot of Japanese skewers, izakaya has these types of food as well, but this chicken skin has a unique glaze on there, nice and sweet, but also has, you know, that Chinese barbecue seasoning that we've had on all of these meat skewers. So this is fire. I can see why they gave it to us in these bunches, because I could sit here and eat these all day. These are 10 out of 10 PBW scores for me. Top 3 item for sure. You guys got to try the chicken skins. Something, you know, you think is so basic, just chicken skin, but so elevated and creative the way they barbecue it. Nice sweet glaze and that Chinese barbecue seasoning all through it. Fuego. This was interesting. I was trying to see how they would bring this out in a skewer, because I saw a chicken wing skewer, but they're literally chicken wings on skewer. So let me just grab one off the skewer and eat it right here. This is some Buffalo Wild Wings chicken wings, guys. It has a nice char to them because they're on the skewer. I'm pretty sure they're rotated over like a Spitfire or something like that. But I like the grill on it. Nice char. 9 out of 10 for that grill. And like all the other skewers, of course, they have that, you know, spicy, you know, a little kick, all that seasoning. I feel like there's definitely some cumin in there. Almost tastes like some curry type seasoning, maybe turmeric. I might be wrong, but there's so much spices, flavor seasonings in there, and a nice little sweet glaze on top. 8 out of 10 DBW score for these wings. That chicken skin, 10 out of 10. This, 10 out of 10 for tendons, because I usually don't like tendons, but these tendons, 10 out of 10. Squid, I give a solid 7 out of 10. Spare ribs, solid 6 out of 10 DBW score. Salud. All right, so like I said, there's other items here too. So there's a scallop right here. It's just like the typical, you know, traditional scallop they serve at the Chinese restaurant. Got the vermicelli noodles and scallop hiding underneath. So the key distinction to this plate to, you know, Western just scallop dishes are noodles, the sauce for Chinese scallops. Let's try it out. Yeah, it has that nice oil-based, salty, a little sweet garlic sauce, and then you get the scallop down here. Let's try this out. Love Chinese scallop, abalone, the delicacies for seafood. Try this out. A little piece of scallop right here. Oh, it's getting messy. Yo. It's a fresh scallop. It's on the shell, right? So no gimmicks here, but key is that sauce. Nice and salty, garlicky. Love Chinese style scallops. Salud. Wusu. All right, pour it up. All right, so this is a Chinese food tour. I've never tried a Wusu Chinese beer before. They had Tsingtao and some of the other Chinese beers, but they ran out. So trying this one, the Wusu. Let's try it out. Wusu. Ooh, Well, it's surprising. I thought it'd be lighter. It has like a deep taste, kind of like a Modelo. That's what John said.
Yellow bigger, full sweeter.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sweet. It kind of reminds me of like a Modelo or a Mexican beer. Pretty solid. It's not bad. Salud. And they also have karaoke. You know, the Asians love karaoke right here. So we're playing some hip hop, some EDM, all types of genres right here. Let me know if we should get on the mic right here and sing a few tunes for you guys, or spit a few bars. Might have to grab the mic and spit a few bars right here, guys.
What are you going to do, Gaus Barbecue? Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're at our next spot on this 626 food tour right now. We're at the Yes Plaza right now. It is actually not too far from Gaus, the Diamond Plaza. It's still in Roland Heights, about a 2-minute drive, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of Asian, Chinese, Japanese characters everywhere, because this is also another mecca in Southern California for good Asian, Chinese food. There's actually a really good Thai spot over there called Bangkok Bay. Is one of my favorite Thai spots. They always host a lot of great events for the holidays, Halloween, Christmas. They always, you know, do up the place. All right, so we're at another spot on this 626 food tour right here. We're at Yumiyaki Sukiyaki house. If you guys haven't had Sukiyaki, it is like Japanese form of hot pot. Sukiyaki is like a sweet soya based soup. It's one of my favorites, and it is November in California right now, so the weather cooled down a bit. That's why I'm wearing the BBW sweater merch right here. So when the weather cools down, it's always great to have hot pot soup, and it's all you can eat, and not just any all you can eat, it's all you can eat A5 Wagyu. So yeah, let's go inside Yumiyaki and get some all you can eat A5 Sukiyaki. All right, let's go, guys. Got the first table right here. Alright, ready to eat. So it is certified A5 Wagyu here. So they have a full fridge right here of all of their A5 Wagyu meats. The Wagyu chuck roll, A5 shoulder. And you guys can tell it's A5 by the marbling. Look at that. Right in between the meat fibers are a bunch of that delicious white fat characterized in a lot of A5 meats right here, A5 ribeye. So there's a whole fridge right here. So this is no joke, guys. It's real A5. This is the restaurant right here on a Thursday evening. It's pretty poppin'. Looks very nice in here. So yeah, a lot of, you know, families, couples enjoying their all-you-can-eat A5 Wagyu meal. It looks pretty neat in here. I feel like I'm in a little shabu house in Japan. Yumiyaki right here. The branding's on point. Oh yeah, it's very nice. Look at this. Oh, and then on these walls, there's like little meat trivias right here. Angus, the American Wagyu. Guys, there's a little sushi bar here too. I feel like I'm in a little Japan, little Tokyo right here. How you doing? What's your name? Henry. What's up, Henry? So we got Henry back here, sushi chef, making the sushi for us, because it's not just shabu shabu food, there's also sushi. Thank you, Henry. Henry in the back. Thank you. Appreciate it, Henry.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Cool. All right, so we got Kenyon here. He's going to be taking care of us. Can you, this is my first time here at a Sukiyaki house. Can you let us know what's the difference between this and a hot pot spot, and let us know about Yumiyaki?
Yeah, well, welcome. I love seeing first timers. So the difference really between Sukiyaki is we serve like a sweet soy sauce base, and then most hot pot places kind of serve more like a clear base. And we also have Wagyu here as well, which is kind of what we're known for. And a lot of people say it's like kind of like a replica of how they have it in Japan as well, with like the egg yolk and like the Wagyu, and then like the closest replica here than any other place they've ever been to. That's what most people say. So.
It's funny that he just said that because walking in here, I feel like I'm in a little Tokyo or a little Japan or something like that. There's like a sushi bar. It's like really cute and small with that little vegetable station right there. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm in Japan.
Right? I've never been, but I hope this is what it feels like.
Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, like we said, we have 2 different broths right now. We're just gonna be our Sukiyaki or shabu shabu. Like I said, Sukiyaki's gonna be a little sweet. And then shabu shabu will be more like a dashi broth, so it'll be a little on the fishier side. And then I would recommend the sukiyaki as well. And then we also have 2 different menus right now, our gold and diamond. Everything is all you can eat, but with our gold, it's going to be $78 per person, and it comes with all these 4 meats, like our chuck ribeye, brisket, shoulder, and M9. But the main difference between the diamond and the gold is that on our diamond, you can choose one of these raw dishes as well, like Wagyu tartar with caviar, uni toro bowl, or toro with caviar, or toro tartar. And then it also comes with the Wagyu nigiris as well. But then the meats are kind of similar, but then you guys also get our A5 ribeye, which is going to be our most premium prime A5 we have. And then we also have a new Masong ribeye, which is going to be our American ribeye. That's all.
Appreciate it, Kenny. Thank you. The A5 Wagyu, guys. All types of Wagyu right here. This looks like the ribeye, huh? The A5 Wagyu ribeye right here. Got some pasteurized egg for the sukiyaki. Got some more Wagyu ribeye right here. This is our spread here at Yumiyaki, guys. Look at this. Got a full spread of Wagyu A5, all that good stuff. And there's sushi here too. Ooh, this looks good. The Seared Wagyu nigiri right here. Looks like there's some caviar on this one. I don't know what that is. Could be foie gras. Right there. Alrighty, so this is the menu right here, guys. There's a gold and a diamond menu, and this is everything we could get there. And as you guys can see, there is all you can eat A5 Wagyu for the diamond. That's what we're getting, $88 per person. And you get all of these offerings right here that we're about to show you guys. So Kenny's gonna hook us up here. So apparently the first 2 meats are grilled and then the rest are sukiyaki soup. So let's see.
So there's gonna be some leeks over here, and then it's gonna be like a Wagyu fat, where it's kind of like oil of some pan. It's on a stick. And then we add a little bit of sugar. And then this is gonna be our other ribeye.
Wow, it's like dinner and a show, guys. Wow, that smells insane. The aroma coming out of that grill is magnificent. Okay, so you're gonna put it in here. Okay. What kind of sauce is that? Sukiyaki sauce right there. Sukiyaki. Dip it in the pasteurized egg. That's like our starter, right?
Yeah.
Like we gotta start with that, like a little appetizer. It's all you can eat, but they tell us what to eat. Alright guys, so this is our all-you-can-eat A5 Wagyu spread here at Yumiyaki. So, Kenny helped us out with the first dish. You're recommended to try some of the premium A5 Wagyu grilled in their Sukiyaki grill sauce with a pasteurized egg. So let's try this out.
Wow, that is a mouthful. With that pasteurized egg, it makes the A5 nice, creamy and rich. And yeah, that sukiyaki sauce on that A5 gives it that extra sweet, salty flavor. Fire. I love sukiyaki, guys. Whenever I go to hotpot, I actually opt for sukiyaki, so we're at a full-on sukiyaki house, so that is what you're recommended to try the meat with. So if you guys didn't know what shabu shabu meant in Japanese is swish swish. So how I'm gonna do is we have a plethora of A5 Wagyu meats here, so I like my meats rare, medium rare, so we're gonna dip it swish swish in this little sukiyaki broth base here and try out all the meat for you guys. But it's not just meat here, there's a bunch of options. There's sushi, sashimi, there's a little appetizer vegetable station, and there's these little grilled Wagyu nigiris right here. This one's with caviar and this one's with foie gras. This looks crazy. Check this out. We're gonna try the uni one. Alright, look at this. The presentation is insane, by the way, here. Everything is very beautifully presented. Well, let's try this out. So it is Wagyu tartar, so you eat it raw just like this. This is not a mirage and illusion. I'm not cooking this, I'm eating it just like this. Salud. That is premium. Oh yeah, the little mini cubes of A5 Wagyu just pops and you get that creamy uni on top. Very fresh uni. You don't get a lot of that oceany taste on it, and there's some little sushi rice at the bottom as well. It's really good. So this is another Wagyu tartar. Let's try this one out. This one is with caviar. This is a very interesting place because it's called Sukiyaki House, but there's much more items than that. Let's try it out. That's crazy. So that's otoro tartar tuna belly. So it's very soft, flavorful, and you got that caviar on top that adds that extra salty spritz with that sushi rice. That's fire. And I think that's unlimited too. That's crazy. They got all you can eat otoro tartar here. I had this at Makia. I love this one right here. This is the seared Wagyu with foie gras. Try this one out right here. Woo. You get hit right in the face with that sear on top of the Wagyu, and it's so tender and flavorful and thin. It just melts on the palate. And this one had foie gras on it, so a little creamy texture on top. Let's try this one. This one's with the caviar right here. This is, the presentation here is insane. Let's try this out. Ooh. Wow. Also same searedness to that Wagyu, tender, but you get hit with that salty spritz of the caviar. Alrighty, so there's some more items here. Yeah, I'm having fun here. This is like all you can eat buffet. Well, there's a buffet station, but this is all you can eat, guys. So we're gonna get our money's worth and eat everything here. So this looks like a little hand roll. Looks like a salmon hand roll with caviar. Guys, caviar is not cheap, and so it is a premium menu, but there's also premium items, guys. So there's caviar on almost everything here. Oh yeah, so this is actually limited 2 per order, but ooh, salmon's very soft. I love salmon, and you get a little salty, little pop with the caviar. It kind of just pops in your mouth. Got a little saltiness if you guys have caviar, you guys know. Contrast and textures too. There's that nice thin seaweed on it. It gives it a nice crisp after that very, very soft salmon. That's bars. Guys, I'm feeling spoiled. I'm dining like a king right now. There's caviar and everything right here. So that's the differentiating factor of, you know, this hot spot versus a lot of other ones. There's caviar in all of these dishes. So this yellowtail hand roll, try it out. That fish so soft, tender, flavorful. I could inhale these hand rolls, which I did if you guys couldn't see, but cool. Usually I like salmon more than yellowtail, but that yellowtail is super sweet, fresh. That's hard, guys. So
Usually when you go to a buffet, all you can eat, and it's known for something, this spot being a hot pot, you kind of expect, you know, different quality levels of the different items, but the sushi items are on point here. It's like real a la carte sushi nigiri items that you get at a little hand roll bar or sushi bar, and there's actually a sushi bar right next to us. Let's try the A5 Wagyu chuck roll right here. Looks very beautifully marbleized. And I'm throwing the Sukiyaki broth right here. Let it cook a little bit. So I like my meats rare, especially if it's A5 Wagyu, very quality meats. So I just swish it for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then it's ready to go for me. Alright, because I want to taste the Sukiyaki broth, I'm going to try this just by itself, no sauces, just Sukiyaki. That is tender. It melts on the tongue right when you place it there, and it takes on the flavor of the Sukiyaki, that sweet, salty soya base. That's fire. But I still have more of the pasteurized egg to dip it in. That's a key distinction also with Sukiyaki broth. You put in the Sukiyaki and dip it in the egg, and it's good to go. Alright guys, if you guys remember our friend Ophelia from the Niku X Buffet, she's back here to help us out with some of the Sukiyaki here. She's a A5 Wagyu Sukiyaki expert, so she's gonna tell us how to cook the shoulder meat, and she's gonna try it out for us. Let me know what you think, Ophelia.
Hi, GBW friends.
Try that out. That's the shoulder, right? Yeah, I think that's the shoulder. Alright, pasteurized egg action right there. See, that's that shoulder meat right there. How's it? Tender? How's the Sukiyaki broth?
I think we need to add more.
Add more? Okay. Yeah, so if you guys want your Sukiyaki more flavorful, there's a Sukiyaki sauce on your table to add more soup and sauce. Good?
Perfect.
Alright guys, I'm having fun here. There's so many different items. I'm gonna turn into a cow after leaving this spot. There's so much red meat. We're getting very carnivorous in here. This is guys, I feel like I'm eating like a king here. There's caviar in every dish. Caviar, Wagyu tartar with some avocado. It looks like a balsamic vinaigrette sauce. I don't know if it is or not. It looks like it. Let's try it out. That's a good sauce. It is some type of balsamic sauce, but the contrast of texture with that bed of avocado in it just makes it much more tender and soft. And I love avocado. We're in California, so yeah, avocado is king. But yeah, this is flamed. That sauce is a game changer. Yeah, I actually misspoke. You guys could double check the menu. I showed it in the B-roll, but most of these items are actually all you could eat. So I could order multiple items of this and just go to Pound Town on this Wagyu tartar. So this is an interesting meat right here. This is called it's new on the menu, a Masami ribeye. So this is a new type of meat. It's called Masami ribeye. I've never had this before. All the meat here have been pretty delicious and premium, so we'll see. A close up on this dipping action right here. Like I said, I like it nice and rare. Alrighty, so my first time trying a Masami ribeye. I don't know what that is, but we'll check it out here. Try this out. Oh wow.
It's very lean, but tender and soft. Like it's not just pure fat. There's not a lot of fat cap on it, but very lean and very tender. And we added more of the sukiyaki to the broth. So the first, little dip with the truck roll. The meat wasn't too sukiyaki flavored up, but you could always adjust it. I like my meats very salty, savory, and sweet with the sukiyaki. So we got this little bottle right here, the sukiyaki right here, and we just added more. So I'm gonna add more to this. Yeah, because when it gets nice and boiled and simmering, the soup gets more flavorful with all that soup base and all that meatiness in there, and that's what flavors the meat. But after that bite, I think the soup is good to go because that little dip for the masami ribeye made it nice, salty, sweet, savory, and flavorful. Let's try this right here. This is the brisket. Ooh, you got some sides. This is the brisket right here. Try this out. Oh yeah. Alright, so we got the 8-5 brisket right here with the super souped up sukiyaki. I'm gonna do some pasteurized egg action on here. Brisket's usually a fattier meat, so let's try this off. Let's try this right here. Oh yeah, that's the one. I love brisket with the extra pasteurized egg. It makes it nice and creamy, soft. Ooh, that one's a nice bite. That texture is amazing. It's nice and creamy, soft. I just slurped that up. I can inhale that. That's fire. All the meat here so far has been great. Most of them A5 Wagyu cuts, and they're super tender, flavorful, and delicious. And a lot of the flavor is coming out of this sukiyaki broth. And sometimes at hot pot places, you have some peanut sauce, hot sauce, a little soya ponzu garlic sauce. But with sukiyaki, so much flavor comes from that soup. That's I guess the difference between a traditional hot pot and sukiyaki. That you don't even need that extra sauce with it. You give me a little dip in that sukiyaki and some of the A5 flavorful tender meats, and we're good to go here. Julia is a friend who recommended us this Sukiyaki, Yumiyaki spot right here. So yeah, we're having a great time eating all of this A5 Wagyu. So she's gonna do the honors for us with this brisket. Let's see. Alrighty, so we re-upped on my favorite unlimited meat here, the brisket. Guys, this is legit A5 Wagyu brisket, so tender and flavorful. I feel like you guys can eat and you get this all day. It's well worth it for me, so yeah. This is my pick, DVW score for all you can eat. 10 out of 10 for this A5 brisket. To each their own, but I like that tender, fatty, flavorful meats. So there's a self-serve station. I love Japanese curry, and there's a Wagyu Japanese curry station there with some Japanese rice right here. So let's try this out. Oh yeah. There's some minced Wagyu in that curry. Not to be confused with the more popular Indian curry. Japanese curry is nice, creamy on the sweet side. Sweet and savory. Just like the sukiyaki, I would say it's like sweet and savory. So yeah, pretty fire. This all you can eat variety at Yumiyaki. There's so much items to be had here. Sushi,
curry, rice items, hot, cold items, and all you can eat Wagyu. Salud. Alright, also besides the brisket, we had to order another one of the nigiris right here with caviar and foie gras. This, along with the A5 brisket, is also one of my favorite items. I misspoke earlier because it says 2 pieces per order on the menu, but you can order them unlimited. They just come in 2 pieces. That's fire. And they don't just got regular sushi here. Oh, we got some sashimi as well, salmon, yellowtail, and tuna. It's not just regular traditional sashimi. There's carpaccio as well, yellowtail carpaccio, and salmon carpaccio. I love me some carpaccio. The difference between carpaccio and a regular nigiri, there's usually a sauce pre-made that's put in there. Usually some type of oil-based sauce, but yeah. Alright, I feel like I keep harping on this, but man, when there's so much variety, I gotta try out everything. So there is tuna sashimi. Let's try this out. Looks like bluefin. We'll see. I believe it is bluefin. Nice, thick, cold, chunky, and nice chew. But it's very fresh. I'm, again, blown away by the freshness of all the seafood items. And there's the sashimi. Nice. Salmon, nice huge block right here. Oh yeah, my teeth just demolished that piece of salmon. It's more creamier in texture than the tuna. I love salmon. Let's try this yellowtail right here. It looks like a really premium fatty piece of yellowtail because you can see a lot of the fat marbling on there. Let's try this out. Yeah, all 3 cuts of fish, super premium fresh, as far. It's all about the texture with the sashimi. I like it when it's cut nice in big blocks, and then my teeth just breaks it down. Like I said, variety. I'm gonna try out everything for you guys. So it looks like some yellowtail carpaccio with a little sriracha and jalapeno. Try it out. With sushi, any type of food, it's the attention to detail. It is a thinner slice than the sashimi block, and it makes just that difference because it soaks up all that sauce on there. And ooh, there's a kick from that jalapeno. Wow, a little sweet soya flavor right there. Let's try this salmon carpaccio. There's some truffle in that sauce for sure. Wow, I was hit in the face with that truffle base right there. That is fire. That's a 10 out of 10 for buffet standards. All you can eat standards right there. Nice thin piece of salmon soaks up all that truffle carpaccio sauce. That's really good. Woo. And yeah, I'm gonna get unlimited orders of these because these are fire. The Wagyu nigiri. Salud. Oh, so we've been eating so much Wagyu, we gotta get some veggies in. Looks like this is like a fortune bag. We got some cabbage, mushroom. Right here. Alright, so there's this item over at the self-serve bar called fortune bag. Let's see if I get good fortune while eating this bag. I devoured it already, but there's a nice crunchy piece of shrimp in there. It's like a little tofu bag. It almost reminds me of like a dim sum item, like a shumai, because there was shrimp in there and some other type of filling. So it's like a shrimp wrapped in a little tofu bag. That's actually really good. I feel very fortuitous now. Does that work? Fortuitous? I'm feeling good fortune now. Let's go. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys haven't, to bring more good fortune in 2025, baby. So there's some scallop right here. Looks like a nice big piece of scallops. It's also a premium seafood item. Can you just do it a little bit? Alright. Okay. Cool, thank you. Alright, and when you guys are having sukiyaki, you aren't beholden to, you know, the flavor in the soup. If it's too salty, too sweet, you can have them add some more shabu water to, you know, balance out the flavor, and vice versa. There's more sukiyaki if you want more flavor. I'm a salty guy, so I like the extra flavor. But yeah, guys, there is more items here that we haven't tried yet. There's a scallop, very premium seafood item. There's also tiger shrimp as well, but sometimes I like to keep my hands clean. I don't like to shell my shrimp, so we're gonna skip on that today. Let's try the scallop though. Oh yeah. Nice fresh scallop, no oceany flavor to it. Nice and chunky, nice little chew. I love scallop, I could eat all day. Put some butter garlic on there, and I'm inhaling 50. Alright, so yeah, it's an all-you-can-eat spot, guys. We are feasting. I got more of my favorite meat, the A5 Wagyu brisket, and I figured out what the masami was. The masami is just a Japanese word for the American Wagyu, so yeah, I guess I have tried it, but yeah, guys. Let's keep going in, guys. Gonna get our money's worth. Diamond menu, it is a hit here. $88 per person. I would say not bad for, you know, if you guys can eat A5 Wagyu and the service, the vibes. It's a very impressive environment right here to, you know, impress, you know, your family and friends. Bring them here for a birthday or something. Great vibes here at Yumiyaki. Wow, this dish really surprised me right here. Truffle oil carpaccio salmon. And this is actually one of the best carpaccios I've had at any buffet or restaurant. And it's surprising because it's here at a Sukiyaki restaurant. It's flames. Guys, it's the vegetable market. This is really cute, guys, where they have their appetizer, side sodas. I feel like I'm in a little Tokyo Japanese little market right here, even though I've never been to Japan, but I'm planning to, so stay tuned for the travel vlog. But yeah, guys, this place is very neat. I feel like I've been transported into a little Japanese village where there's sukiyaki and sushi everywhere. Alrighty, so we had a feast here at Yumiyaki, but you know what they say, what I say always, it's basically just an excuse to eat more, but no matter how full you are, there's always room for dessert. So there's some all-you-can-eat ice cream. There's 4 flavors. We are at a Japanese spot, so I got some matcha, and I'm a vanilla type guy. I always love vanilla, so basic. Let's try it out. It's a good matcha, nice and creamy. Nice sweetness, little aperitif to wash down all that good salty and savory meats. Ice cream is always welcome after an abundance of meat. Alrighty, see you guys outside. Alright guys, so we're at our next spot on this 626 Asian and Chinese food tour. We're at none other than Mama Lou's Dumpling House here in Monterey Park. And for anyone who knows about 626, you guys would know about Mama Lou's Dumpling House because it is one of the most reviewed and highest rated Chinese food restaurants here in the 626, at having over 4,000 Yelp reviews. I've had a couple of meals at this spot. It is truly a staple. So without further ado, let's go inside and have some juicy pork dumplings. Let's go.
Alright, DVW fam, so our spread is here at Mama Lou's Dumpling House in Monterey Park right here. We got the heavy hitters for Taiwanese food. This is a Taiwanese spot right here, so definitely had to get the Xiao Long Bao dumplings right here, the juicy Xiao Long Bao pork dumplings, the fried pork dumplings right here, the spicy wontons right here, and the Shanghai rice cakes. I asked what some of the top hitters were, and our waiter told us that these were some of them, but I love Taiwanese food. This is what I would order, you know, anywhere at any Taiwanese restaurant in general, even at, you know, the very popular Din Tai Fung. But yeah, guys, it feels super authentic Chinese restaurant here. That's how you know it's authentic when you hear, you know, a bunch of Cantonese, Mandarin, Chinese in the back kitchen, and with all the staff walking around. And it feels very homey in here. A lot of Chinese decoration everywhere, and there's usually a line to get in here, guys. But I came right when they're about to close, so I got lucky. Yeah, guys, without further ado, let's try out some of these items right here. Let's try out the Shanghai rice cakes right here, baby. Oh man. Each rice cake is nice and lubricated with some nice oils, and it's not too overbearing. Guys, this place is called Mama Lou's, so I'm gonna expect it to be like a mom and pop shop, home cooking, and it does taste just like that. Not too salty, not too overbearing. Little pieces of pork in between the rice cakes. But the thing about Shanghai rice cake is the rice cake has to be nice, spongy, soft, glutinous, and it totally is. It's really fun to eat, nice and chewy. If you guys had mochi before, it's like a savory mochi with each piece lubricated with some oils, a little bit of soya sauce, and some pork in between. It's delicious. And there's some carrots, cabbage, bok choy, veggies in between to give it a nice crunch for texture, because you get that nice chewy rice cake and then you get a nice crunch in the veggies. It's fire. When I start naturally dancing, that's how you know it's good. But this is also one of my favorite dishes, but they do it right here. You know, some places it could be a little bit too oily, a little bit too salty, but it's nice and subtle here with all the flavorings. Give it a solid 9 out of 10 DVW. So, something that I like more sauce and I don't like to be subtle at all is this spicy wontons. So there's some crispy shallots on it, wonton skin of course, and there should be some dumpling in here. So you gotta mix it nice and well before you take a bite to get all that Chinese heat on there. Spicy wonton, so let's try it out. Oh man, you get hit with all those Szechuan spices and heats right away from that oil. So you guys know about that Szechuan spice, that oil creeps up and rises on you. But this one's unique because it's very herbaceous, very herby. So when you kind of even smell or inhale that chili oil, you taste all the chili, peppers, and spices. A nice huge piece of pork in there, nice pop and chew. Spicy wontons are all about that chili oil. This one's more on the oily and chili side. I know some maybe more on that soya sauce side, but I like that. And the wonton skin is nice and soft. The chili oil just slips right off of it. It's just a nice lubrication to the wonton shell. But I do like my soy and vinegar, so with a lot of the Taiwanese items I like to add a little bit of soy and vinegar to it. So let's see how it transforms the dish. Vinegar, soy. It's a great combo for Taiwanese food. Let's try this out. That's fire. That's some heat right there. Fire, no pun intended. But I also give this a solid 9.1 out of 10 DVW score. I like the spice factor in this, that oily heat, and also the thing about this spot is that, guys, the prices are not too bad either. It's a mom and pop shop. It's super popular. A lot of people from all different walks of life in here, even though it feels like, you know, a Chinese Mama Lou's kitchen right here. So the prices are still mom and pop prices, even though this spot is on the map, guys. One of the most popular spots in all of 626. This is a 626 Chinese Asian food tour. And this is actually one of the highest rated, if not the most rated, Chinese restaurants on Yelp in the 626 or Monterey Park, Arcadia area. It has over 4,000 reviews, so this spot is a gem, but also very popular. I've actually been here like 10 years ago, and quality is just the same. So let's try this right here, the juicy pork dumpling. So I showed you guys how to typically do it. You puncture it, get some of the juices out, put a little bit of soy sauce vinegar on there, but sometimes I like to do a grandpa style where I just pop the thing in my mouth. I'm too lazy for all that, so let's try it out. Because just like Din Tai Fung, the shell is still nice, thick, and chewy, but it's also bigger and the juices are more flavorful, and you can tell it's homemade. These are the flagship items for the spot. Must get here. DBW score 10 out of 10, baby. Ooh, so let's try this right here. Juicy pork dumpling. Crispy fried pork dumpling. The word to describe all these dishes is flavorful, a lot of good flavor to the meat, juiciness inside. You take a bite inside and there's a nice huge piece of pork, some cabbage, veggies in between. It's like a minced pork into this dumpling, but it's nice and flavorful, a little bit salty. Taste that pork taste, and then you taste the crispiness of the crunchy wonton or dumpling. You just taste a little bit of that, oil on there, that pan fry, but super crunchy, and then you bite inside. Nice huge piece of pork. But yeah, guys, the highest rated Chinese restaurant in the 66 area definitely lived up to the hype. I don't even need to try too many things at a Taiwanese restaurant. Usually at a Taiwanese restaurant, you just gotta try the staples, and then you know if it's good or not good, and usually the other items follow suit and being good or not good. But generally it's the Xiao Long Bao, the dumplings, spicy pork wontons, and then like a fried rice dish or a Shanghai rice cake. But I usually generally like the choosy Shanghai rice cake over fried rice, because your boy can cook up some fried rice by himself at home. But just kidding, I really like Taiwanese, Chinese fried rice. There's something about it, it's really delicious. But yeah, guys, definitely lived up to the hype. These dishes were all above 9 out of 10, literally all of them. And I was looking through the menu, there's a variety of dishes. It's loaded front and back with noodles, dumplings, soups, rices. So there's a little bit of everything for anyone here, so I recommend you guys come in a party or group. I'm literally table for one. This is literally the only table for one here. It's like in this little corner right here. Look at this. Hey, I feel kind of lonely, but at least I didn't have to wait, because there was a wait for all the other tables. But yeah, guys, definitely live up to the hype. Mama Lou's, another grandpa style bite right here. So yeah, Mama Lou's Dumpling House was hard, but definitely recommend you guys come with some friends or family and order more dishes of the spread. When I was actually ordering this, I was on my second or third dish, and the waiter was like, "Ooh, I think that's too much food for you guys." But I was like, "Nah, you gotta give me more," because this is a 626 Chinese food tour, and Chinese cuisine, it's a very social event. But with Chinese food, it's very, but in Chinese culture, eating is a very social event. So a lot of the dishes are meant to be shared with families and friends. So you guys bring more people, you guys get a bunch of other dishes to share family style. Pick at each dish with your chopsticks and vibe out. But yeah, guys, guys, beware. I did say I appreciate the spices and all the Szechuan chilies and spices in this, but if you guys can, like I said, not all wonton dumplings chili. Wonton dumplings, I can barely speak because how spicy it is, are made equal. This is on the spicy side, but a little hack, it's too spicy. Most Taiwanese places have some vinegar. I always put some vinegar on it, and it usually cools it down in heat. I don't know, I don't make the rules. It does to me, it cools it down in spice. So salud. Alright, so this is the damage. So $10 for the pork dumpling, $11 for the spicy wonton pan fried dumpling. So still, mom and pop shop prices at Mama Lou's. Another reason why it's so popular. DVW score overall for Mama Lou's Dumpling House for the price, vibes, environment, and the quality of the food. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. If this isn't a 10 out of 10, I don't know what is. Maybe I would not get a point because it's always really crowded and it's not too many seats in here, so it's probably not good for big parties. But I saw some families, you know, sharing family style in there. But yeah, guys, 10 out of 10. So on to our next place. Let's go. Alright, you guys, so just finished our meal at Mama Lou's Dumpling House. Got my leftovers right here because the portions were large. I definitely want to reiterate that 10 out of 10 DVW score and keep harping on the price point and, you know, the mom and pop home cooking quality food there. Some of the best Taiwanese food, Shanghai rice cakes I've had. It is far, and I can definitely see why now. When I was ordering the food, the waiter was like, "You're by yourself. This is usually family style. You should probably stop at 2 dishes," because guys, the Shanghai rice cake serving on there was double or triple the size of the most places, most Taiwanese food places, but definitely more than Din Tai Fung. I felt like there was 2 or 3 servings of Shanghai rice cakes in there. It is crazy, but yeah, guys, this is Monterey Park for you guys, with all of the Chinese characters and symbols on top of most of the businesses around here. When you guys see that, you guys can rest assured that if you guys walk into any Chinese restaurant, you guys are most likely having a good meal, because the 626 is where it's at for Chinese food, and that's why we're on this 626 Chinese food and Asian food tour for you guys. So yeah, on to more food. Let's go. So this is the Half and Half Tea Express for our next spot on this food tour. It's right here in the Gale Plaza. We can't have an Asian food tour without dessert, guys. So we're here at the one and only, one of my faves, Half and Half Tea Express. These are the vibes in here, guys. A little Asian Chinese tea house right here. They have a bunch of awards. Well, thanks. This is my drink right here. Alright, my drink is ready. That was fast. Pick up here. So these are the half and half specials right here. I've been getting number 1 before they even had this up here, but this is my go-to. You can only, honestly, it's made best here. A lot of places have been, you know, putting on their menu, but this place still reigns king for the iced milk drink with caramel pudding and honey boba. And they have a bunch of other items too, different types of teas. This is the tea house, so they specialize in teas. Menu right here is pretty extensive. There's a bunch of items. There's slushies, but I recommend the teas here. This is a tea house, so yeah, this is the menu right here. Oh, what the heck, this is new. They have rainbow shaved ice here. I might have to get that next time. And brown sugar shaved ice. It used to be only boba, but I guess they have more desserts and brick toast. So a lot of awards on the menu. Top 5. Ooh, it's top 5 boba tea houses in LA, and it's already on my top 5 list in LA. I love this place. Right here, all their awards, accolades. Oh, so on top of the top choices, they have a list here. It's really cool. So if you don't know what to order, there's a lot of recommendations on the menu. This is the employees' choices right here. Can't have an Asian food tour without boba for dessert. So yeah, one of my favorite, you know, types of drinks, desserts, boba. And we are on a 626 Chinese Asian food tour. So what better way to get dessert than with Half and Half Tea Express right here. If you guys know, you know, this is one of the most popular and one of the top boba tea houses in the 626. I've been going here for over 12 years, running strong. This place has been open for a while. There's many of them around the 626 area, but this one's not too far from the other place that we went. It's right like a 5-minute drive from the Gaus Kebab place and the Yumiyaki shabu house. But yeah guys, this is my go-to order right here. This is their #1, which is their ice milk drink with honey, boba, caramel, and pudding. So it's, as the name suggests, it's literally ice and milk. When I first heard of it, I was a little bit confused. Like, I usually drink boba with smoothies or tea, but it's an ice milk drink, so you gotta shake it up before you eat it. Drink it. I say eat it, but I guess you eat boba, because there's pudding. You can hear it, it's pretty slushy. There's ice, caramel. I like to just flip it around like this. So yeah, our next spot. So you know what they say, no matter how full you are, there's always room for dessert. I consider boba a dessert, a little aperitif, palate cleanser for all of that savory, delicious, good Chinese, Asian food that we've been having on this tour. Let's get it. And you know this boba's made right, because boba's hot, the bottom of this is warm, and then this icy milk on top, a good contrast of temperatures as well. But I like to mix this very well because there's sweetness at the bottom with all the honey and the boba, so I want to get it nice and balanced. And this place is really cool. They have, you know, the recommendations for your bobas. You get adjusted with the sweetness level, and on Mondays through Fridays they have a free upgrade to large, so why not, right? I got the free upgrade, of course, so let's try it out. Yeah, but I feel like most of the good places that we've been going to are at little plazas like this, where there's a variety of Asian food restaurants, desserts, shops, so many options here. I believe this is called the Gale Plaza, or it's on Gale Street, so I guess that's what I call it. But there's always these little plazas around 626, and they're not too far away from each other from the place that we've shown you, Yumiyaki and Gao's house. Those are in Roland Heights. I believe the Mama Lou's Dumpling House, there's a couple locations, but the one I went to is in Monterey Park, so that's a little bit further. But when you hit one of these Asian Chinese plazas, you're bound to get great food and dessert. So let's try out the half and half. One of my favorite go-to orders for boba. It just works, this combo. You know, I was confused at first, like I said, like it's just milk. You know, drinking milk with boba is kind of weird, but with the caramel, the pudding, and the honey boba mixed throughout the milk and the pudding, there's some egg pudding in here. It goes so well. It's fire. So I know honey boba is now popularized. There's pretty much honey boba everywhere, but this was one of the first spots to have honey boba. It pairs very well with tea and iced milk drinks. So each boba is nice, big and thick and chunky and chewy with the tapioca, but there's a hint of honey in there when you're chewing it, or lined with honey, or drenched in honey. I don't know how they have the honey flavor, but it's basically boba, but a little bit sweeter. This is their specialty drink here. It's an if you know, you know drink. You gotta order this. It's the #1 for a reason. Like I said, I was a bit skeptical getting milk with just boba, but you guys gotta try it. Needless to say, solid 9.5 out of 10 DVW score, depending on how you're feeling. It could be sometimes a little bit too sweet with the pudding, caramel, and honey boba, but like I said, you could adjust your sweetness level. I got a little bit less sweet. Yeah, let's get some of the pudding. It's like a little dessert too, because you slurp up the pudding, and it's almost like a shaved ice because it's milk and slushy. Oh, I guess that's why it's so good. Now that I talk about it and think about it, it's like a little shaved ice, Chinese, Taiwanese shaved ice in a cup with boba. But with more of that condensed milk or milk than the ice. You know, shaved ice would be mostly ice. Yeah, kind of like I had meat fresh. If you guys have had meat fresh or shaved ice, but shaved ice in a cup right here. Oh yeah, I got a mouthful of that pudding. Similar to the boba, you know, it's a little extra dessert topping item to munch on while you're drinking a boba, but it's much softer than the boba, and it's just a very pleasant texture when you're chewing on it. It's like a sweet tofu. Like I said, Asian dessert boba is all about the texture. The boba is nice, chewy pudding, softer, but also hints of sweetness. Salud, cheers. Boom. The good thing about boba as a dessert is that
you can take it to go and, you know, hop in your car and take the leftovers home and finish it up, so you're not beholden to eating your dessert in one place. So that's what we're gonna do, walk around, walk off all this delicious Asian food that we've had in the 626. So yeah guys, I'm gonna finish off the rest of this boba, and I hope you guys like this 626 Roland Heights, Monterey Park, Greater Los Angeles area food tour of Asian Chinese food. This place has seriously some of the best Asian food, not just in California but all over the states. I've heard from many people, they come here, they travel here just to eat Asian Chinese food, and I make trips here all the time whenever I want some good dim sum, Chinese food, hot pot, shabu. So yeah, if you guys want to see more DVW food tours all around the world, click here for another video. And without further ado, and as always, please like this video if you guys liked it, subscribe if you guys have not yet. It really helps me in the channel out a lot. And yeah, see you guys in the next food tour and DVW video. Deuces.